friends once again to our session. Today we are looking at how to make bar soap practically now from lard. We said lard is what you call the pig fat. In the previous sessions, we were able to see how to calculate these amounts of the materials we need to make bar soap. So today I want us to go through it practically, and if you're there, keep on pausing and you also do the same thing that I'm going to be showing you in this session. Those who have not yet subscribed, subscribe, like, and click on notification button so that whatever you post and share, you always get it. Number one. Let's go through the materials needed in making bar soap. Here we have the molds. We have this one for the big bars. We have this one which can make different shapes. If you want to make bathing soap once, you can use this. And today we shall be using one of these molds. Then we have trough. Today we are going to use glass trough because what we're going to do is something small. But for you, you can use a basin, you can use any other bigger thing, so long as it is maybe in a glass form or plastic, but not using metal or aluminium, because they can easily react. So it's good to use such materials which may not react with these other substances that we're going to use. I have one of the locally made mingling stick. You can use, but for you, wherever you are, you can use what you have to steer. This is my weighing scale. At home, you know what you normally use when you're weighing things, but for me today, I'll be using my weighing scale. I also have caustic soda, which is the one we call the lime or sodium hydroxide. And I'll also be using, this is water. Where do you get this water? You can get rain water, clean rain water, or distilled water, or you can use the tap water, so long as it is clean water, because we're making bar soap, which is going to be used in cleaning, and also some people using it for bathing. Now, this is our animal fat. This is the lard, the one from pig fat. Now, don't worry. When you make the saponification process taking place, it's no longer pig fat. It's now soap, because the reaction has already taken place. So you can go in any... Now, today I'm using pig fat, but for you can use cow fat, any animal fat, so long as you check on its saponification number. Today I'll be using, this is my perfume. This is the perfume I'm going to be using. It is lemon perfume. But for you can use any perfume that you want. Any essential oils, they can also work. What you want, we'll say that these are additives. These are additives to add scent. This is ferric acid. It is optional. You can use it or not. It helps in leathering and also by making the soap hard. Okay, we are going to begin on measuring the amounts according to what we have already talked about in the previous session. So here we are working on caustic soda. We need 70.5 grams of caustic soda. So now we have 70.5 grams of caustic soda. We have the 500 grams of oil, and we have water. We said these are the major materials, ingredients you need for making bar soap. So what happens? So the first thing is to dissolve this sodium hydroxide in water. So we are going to dissolve the sodium hydroxide in water, and we make sure that before we use it, we make sure that its temperature is 40 degrees Celsius or less. It should be 40 degrees Celsius or below. You don't need to use when it is too high. So in this case, when we are diluting this caustic soda, and have caustic soda, and then we dissolve the caustic soda. So we stir until when it dissolves, and we know that caustic soda when it is dissolving in water, it produces heat. So at the end of it all, we find out that the heat produced is much. So we stir until when it all dissolves in water. So after dissolving in water, we have to test and we measure the temperature, and we make sure that the temperature is less than 40, or it is 40 degrees Celsius. So I'm stirring such that we have all the sodium hydroxide dissolved. Okay. Now, after it has dissolved, after the sodium hydroxide has dissolved, we can now use our thermometer. I believe we know how to use the thermometer. When holding the thermometer, we need to make sure that we touch on the rim. Because if you touch here, the thermometer will measure your temperature. So when you check here, the temperature is rising. The temperature is still rising. The temperature is still rising, and we can see the temperature now is 56 degrees Celsius. It is 56 degrees Celsius. So what we do, we first wait until when it cools down. So we're going to keep this solution for a few minutes until when it cools down. When it is less than, it is 40 or below 40 degrees, then you can continue with our saponification process. So we left when this solution was cooling, and when we see now, it is at 40 degrees Celsius, and therefore this solution is safe to be used. So we want to do saponification process. Saponification is when you react the fat or the oil with sodium hydroxide, which is the lye. But what we do, we add lye to the fat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first remove this. I put into this beaker. You can exchange this. We put into this beaker. And then we first pour our oil. This is our lard, the pig fat. Now, there are those who always have the fat which is in solid form. If it is in solid form, you first melt it such that it goes into the liquid form. In my next session, we shall be looking at the one which is in solid form. How do you deal with the one which is in solid form? So for this one, it is in liquid form, so there is no need of heating it. So what you're going to do next is to pour. You are going to pour, and when you're pouring, we have to make sure that you pour very well and slowly, gently, such that you prevent the air bubbles to appear in our soap. So we pour gently such that no air bubbles go into our soap. So after pouring the lye, then you start stirring. Start stirring. Okay, so here we see the solution is now thick. So when the solution is very thick, you can see now it's better than the way it was before. After stirring for some time, it becomes thick. So when it is like this, gel-like, it becomes like gel-like. At this point, you can now put in additives. So last time I said that you can put different additives, and in this session and this video particularly, we shall be looking at adding color, and also we shall be adding the perfume. So this is the perfume, which is said the orange perfume. Then we have different colors. This is green color, and then we have also blue color. But I want to use the green color for today, and then in our next video we shall be seeing other colors if you add in any other color, how does it look like? So how much do you put? For example, this is going to make 1 bar of soap. We measured 500 grams of oil. So we want to see how much color we need to add. So you can use a spatula and then you add. After adding 1 spatula, you stir. You stir gently until when it changes. You stir gently until when you see that there is the color in the solution is uniform. So when you stir and you see it is not changing very well, you can still add more depending on the quality of or the intensity of the color that you want. So for me now, I can see there's some change, but I want to add a small portion of color such that it becomes more green, dark green. When you put little, it can be like light green, but if you add more, it can also change to the dark green. So at this stage, we can still now add perfume. I said we are going to use this perfume. This is the orange perfume, and this is only 1 bar. So if it is 1 bar, we can measure using the bottle tops, and for 1 bar, only 1 bottle top is enough. 1 bottle top. 1 bottle top is enough. So when you add the perfume, you again continue with stirring. You continue with stirring such that it becomes uniform. It is spread in entire solution. You continue stirring such that it spreads in the entire solution. So we can see that there is now a very big difference. When we didn't have any color, it had a different look, but now we can see that its look is different because of the color that we have added. Now we say that the color and the perfume, these are additives and they are optional. You can add them or you don't add them. Now, at this stage, when you see the color is uniform, if the color is uniform, now you can transfer this solution into the molds. So here are our molds, which you are going to use, and we said this is only for 1 bar of soap. So, because this trough may not pour very well, I'm going to use a beaker. I'll be using this beaker. Can pour in a beaker so that we pour it very well into the molds. Okay. So when this is ready, now you can pour into the mold and pour into the mold. So after pouring into the mold and the mold is full, then we keep this for 24 hours. After 24 hours, our soap will be ready and set for use. So let's wait. After 24 hours, we shall be back to check on our product, how it looks like. Stop there. So after 24 hours, we can see that our product is now ready and very strong. You can see, very good. This is now our product after the 24 hours. So we can now test this product and we see how it works. You can have very strong. So we want to test and we see how this one is working. So we have this. So you can see it is doing a great work. When you can now use it for bathing, you can use it for washing and do anything that you want to use it for. This is just after 24 hours. So after 24 hours, you're ready to use your product. So this is our product from Lard, and we say that Lard is what we call the animal fat. Stop. Okay, friends who have been tuned to this channel, thank you very much for being on up to now. I hope it was nice for you and you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to our friends so they can always get more notification in line with making detergents and knowing how best to utilize the locally available materials to make such detergents. In my next video, we shall be looking at utilizing the locally available materials to make detergents. God bless.